Mackenzie, and by the title you can see that today I'm going to be telling the story about how I became 12 and pregnant. I am now 13, but I became pregnant when I was 12, so but it all started when me and my baby daddy started talking over Snapchat. He told me he went to Southport and I went to Southern Oaks, and I was like, oh, okay, like, hey, what's up? Because I knew people that went to Southport, so I figured maybe I knew him from somewhere. And he sent me a picture of him. I thought he was cute, obviously. And I was going through some stuff at the time, so he was like just there telling me like, oh, everything's gonna be okay, like you're fine, whatever, blah, blah, blah. He was just being nice. And then we stopped talking after that, and then a whole bunch of drama happened with my mom and her ex-husband. And thank God he's out of our life now, but he did a lot of bad stuff. He took everything my mom had. And so that caused us to have to stay in a hotel, I want to say for about like 2 months at the max. And it was not no like 4 or 5-star hotel, like, no. It was like a -7-star hotel, not really, but it was that bad. There was roaches everywhere. There was drugs when you walked outside, like there would be needles and like just all that stuff just lying around everywhere, and it just wasn't a nice place or anything. And my mom started talking to this guy, which was my baby daddy's uncle, and they were talking, and then they started dating. Well, not dating at first, but they were just talking a lot, and my mom ended up moving in with him, and then they started dating, and me and my baby daddy didn't know we were going to be seeing each other, because my baby daddy and his family also lived with the guy my mom was talking to, which was my baby daddy's uncle. So me and my baby daddy didn't know we were going to be seeing each other. We knew we were seeing each other like someone similar to our age, but we didn't know it was going to be like each other. So when I got there, me and him were catching up and everything, and then I found out that he didn't go to Southport. He went to River's Edge because he failed a grade because of stuff that was happening with his family. So I was like, whatever, like, yeah, like, I understand, it's fine. And we still talked. We were just like catching up about like everything and what was happening. And we didn't start dating at first. I think I moved in there on a Sunday, I want to say, and I was there for like a week. And then that Friday, me and him started like kissing, hugging, holding hands, like doing all that coupley stuff. And then the next day, the next Monday, when we went back to school, we ended up breaking up with, I broke up with my boyfriend, and he broke up with his girlfriend, because we were both with each other at the time, which I know it's not good to cheat, but it happened. I can't take it back now. And everything was good. We were dating, doing like stuff that a normal couple would, except we were living together. That was the only thing that was really different. But everything was fine. We weren't doing anything except like kissing, hugging, holding hands, all that. And then around the 4th month, that's when we became like physical and like touchy and all that good stuff. And I didn't really think anything of it. I was just like, yeah, like, okay, whatever. He said he was gonna be careful and he wasn't gonna, he said he was gonna pull out. So I was like, okay, all right, whatever. And not the second time we did it. So we did it like on a Thursday and then a Friday. And I went to my dad's on Friday. So he ended up texting me Saturday after I was already with my dad. He was like, "Oh, I think I cummed in you." And I was like, "What?" And I was like freaking out. And he was like, "Oh, I don't know if I did or not though. Like, I just don't know." And I was like, "Oh my God, okay." And at the time, I wasn't allowed to have social media because of something I did. My mom didn't care, but my dad didn't let me. So I had to like hide it in my other apps. I'm pretty sure everyone my age has done that. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I did. And I had the text messages all on my phone. And I told my dad I wanted to go back with my mom. And my mom was working that night because she works at a hospital, doesn't do nothing bad, but she works at night. And I told him I wanted to go back with my mom's boyfriend, which was my baby daddy's uncle. And he wanted me to call my grandma because he wanted me to stay with her, but I didn't want to. And I told him that she didn't answer, but he didn't believe me. So he was like, "Let me see your phone." And I straight up told him no. And my dad is like, he's not mean, but if you look at him and when he gets mad, he's mean. I know that sounds bad, but I don't know. So I just kept telling him no, 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 and I just started crying because he started yelling at me. And I was just like, "I did something bad," and he started naming a whole bunch of stuff. And he was like, "What, did you smoke weed?" And I was like, "No." And he was just like naming stuff, and I would say no. And then he was like, "Did you have sex?" And I didn't say anything. So he knew that's what I did. And he was like, "Are you fucking serious? Blah, blah, this and that." And I was just like, I didn't even know what to do. He called my mom. He ended up taking my phone. He went through it, read the messages. He called my mom, and my mom came and got me at like 3 o'clock in the morning that night because she didn't want to leave work right then because she goes in at 7 at night and then she comes back at 7 in the morning. So she didn't want to leave after being there for like an hour, 2 hours. So she came and got me at like 3 o'clock in the morning, maybe even 4. And she got pregnancy tests to see if I was pregnant, which I wasn't. And this was all over summer. So, yeah, we didn't have school or anything. So everything was fine. I ended up having to go back with my dad. And me and my baby daddy, we were still doing stuff, not caring. Because I was like, "Oh, I didn't get pregnant this time. I'm not going to get pregnant. Like, I know I'm not." So we just kept doing stuff, and then he ended up just coming in me, and we didn't even care. I was just like, "I'm not gonna get pregnant." Like, I was looking up like when you're ovulating because I thought you could only get pregnant when you're ovulating, which is not true. You can get pregnant both, but it's more easier for you to get pregnant when you are ovulating. So I would look it up, and I did not know what the fuck I was looking up or what I was doing. I was just looking it up, and I was like, "Oh yeah, like I know." Like I just thought I knew what I was talking about, but I didn't, obviously. He just kept coming in me, not caring, and I ended up taking a test one day because my mom works at a hospital. So ever since the scare I had over summer, she would just bring them home. And around like 6 months, I'm gonna say, 6 months, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, let's just say 6 months. I ended up taking another test just because I was like, "Oh, why don't I just take one?" Because I'm pretty sure my mom knew, because she was like, "Oh, you look like you're getting like fat." Not like in a mean way, but just like that I look chubbier, I guess. I don't know. And I was like, "I'm not pregnant, like, no." And like I was just like, I can't be. So I ended up taking a test. I do not know where anybody was, but no parents were there. It was me and my baby daddy and my baby daddy's best friend. And I don't even know where anybody was, but I took a test and I was just sitting in the bathroom crying. Like, I did not know what to do or what to think. I was just like, oh my god, like, what am I gonna do? And I took like 5 tests and oh my god, they all came back positive. I was just like, oh my, I didn't even know what to do. I was like so scared. So my baby daddy obviously heard me crying, and he came in the bathroom and he looked at it, and he was like, it's gonna be okay, like everything's gonna be fine, we got this, like everything's gonna be okay. And I was still crying, like I was really upset, like I just was thinking about so much stuff, because especially at my age, like who wouldn't cry about that? Even at like 16 and pregnant, like who wouldn't cry about that? Unless you want to get pregnant, then that's a different story. But I was just crying. I was like so upset. And he ended up telling his mom when his mom got home from work. And she told my mom when my mom got home. I think I don't know where my mom went. I don't think she went to work. Or maybe she did and she got called out early. Or I don't know. Something happened. And my mom came home. She was like all happy, like in a good mood. And then my baby daddy's mom told her. And at first she wasn't like mad or anything, because I think she was drunk. I don't know. Maybe not. And I took my happy ass to sleep so fast because I was not trying to get beat or get yelled at, so I just went to sleep. And I didn't hear her get home, but in the morning, when I came out the room, she was like standing there, like literally looking at me. And she was like, hey, we need to talk. I was just like, oh my god. And I turned around and I like went to walk back in the room. She's like, where are you going? Come here, we need to talk. And she's like, I'm not mad or anything, like let's just talk about this. But she was mad, she just told me that. So we talked and everything. She asked me what I wanted to do. I was like, I don't know, I had so many thoughts going around in my head, like I didn't even know what to think. I didn't know what to do. I was just so scared. And after a while of her asking me what I wanted to do and me telling her that I was gonna have the baby, she got really upset and just like really mad and disappointed, just because like I was 12 years old and I was gonna be 13 having a baby. Like, I don't think any parent wants to have their child go through that, just because like it's not what any adult would want for their kid. So I understand why she was mad and hurt and upset and just like all that, because me and my mom are really close. Like, we've always talked about everything. And so she told me about all this stuff, so it's not like I didn't know. I think that's why she was like most hurt, because like she told me not to do this stuff, and like she told me to wait, and I didn't. So after a while, she just kept asking me what I wanted to do, and then one day I finally told her that I want to keep the baby, and she was still pretty mad and upset and just like hurt. And eventually she like stopped being so upset, because as of right now she is really happy and like excited. She still is disappointed in me, but she says that she's happy and excited and that she just wants baby to be here, because I do too. So yeah, that's the end of my pregnancy story and how it happened and how I told my parents kind of into one. And I'm going to be making a lot more videos soon, so subscribe, like, comment, ask questions. I'll probably be doing a Q&A, so ask questions and I'll answer them. And I'll leave my Snapchat and my Instagram in the description. Yeah. Bye.